Hi, I'm Dr. Christopher Burton. Thanks for joining me for this brief teaching on creating better connections with your child. Do you ever feel like you're just not connecting with your kids? A lot of physicians struggle with the same issues. And it's not surprising with the busy schedules we lead and trying to balance our home life with our life at work that requires so much of us. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you a guaranteed way to not only understand your child, but also to create a better lifelong connection with them. So go ahead and leave a comment below and share with me some of the biggest challenges you're facing with your relationship with your children right now. Do you ever feel like you're just having a lot of arguments that you're not really able to connect with them the way that you'd like to? You feel like you just don't understand each other? Quite often we go through that struggle, and it's one thing if we struggle to connect with a patient or someone at work, but it's different when it's with our own children. Uh, we sometimes swing from one extreme to the other where we feel like we're threatening punishment to get the child to obey one day, and the next we're just being overly permissive, allowing them to get away with anything just because we feel like we're guilty for not spending enough time at home to really be with them. Um, how would you like to be able to connect to your child and not swing from one extreme to the other, or to feel like you don't have to either bribe or threaten them to go along with the program? There's so much more that we can do with our life. We can create memories instead of regrets with our children, because that's going to be the most important thing that's going to last throughout their childhood and their adulthood is those memories that they create with you as they're growing up. Over the last 10 years, I've spent a lot of time studying communication, and at first it was mostly focused on healthcare, on leadership, focused on team building within an office situation or a practice situation. As I had kids of my own, I quickly learned that I could apply those same lessons at home that I would use at the office or at the hospital. Um, there's there's really two simple questions I think it boils down to that can really help you connect with your child more than anything else that you're gonna read from all these books by the experts and professionals. And and there's questions that really you don't even have to ask your child. You're probably gonna know the answer to them right away as soon as I ask them. And the first question is your child more reserved or outgoing? At home, children are boisterous quite often, and so I'm talking more about when you're out in public in a new location. Does your child just jump right in with both feet, or they tend to be more reserved? That just tells you how your child interacts with the world, and so gives you an indication of sometimes how the best way to connect with them as well. Second question has to do with whether they're more people focused or more task focused. Obviously, if someone who's people focused wants to please others, cares a lot about keeping everyone involved, whereas someone who's more task focused tends to be more focused on accomplishing the job at hand, finishing something, whether it's a project or a book or a craft or whatever they're working on at that time. That's their highest priority. Those two questions, while they seem fairly straightforward, can tell you a lot about your child's personality and how to best connect with them. I've even created a little cheat sheet for myself before I want to share with you right now. And you're going to be able to go and download this as well and use it at home with your children. The we'll start with the outgoing child who's more people oriented. They tend to be the inspiring or inspirational child. They like to be involved. They're very impressionable by nature. The activities and things that you can do to really connect with this type of child is a team sport or team activity where everyone's involved, where there's a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm. They're going to like to see everyone participating, having fun. The child who's outgoing but more task oriented may enjoy more competitive games, more individual sports, for example, than as opposed to a team oriented sport. They also like projects or crafts that they can complete relatively quickly and take pride in, whether it's a Lego project or building a toy car or model airplane. Those are just some of the things that I remember doing growing up. Those are tasks that they can see that they're completed, and it's something that they would enjoy doing with you. Children who are more reserved but still people-oriented, they may come across as shy, but they're very supportive and they're very steady. They just want to connect. So spending quality time talking with them, that's probably the best activities that they're going to really appreciate and that will connect with them the most. Because regardless of what you're doing, they just want to be doing it with you. The more reserved child who is task-oriented, on the other hand, is going to be typically more cautious by nature, very cognitive, thinks a lot, very much in their own head. They tend to be very contemplative. Um, this type of child is also going to enjoy things like puzzles, where they can do it even by themselves, but they enjoy doing it with you as well. Things like reading together and discussing a topic might be of interest to them. The good thing is, a lot of us as physicians were this child growing up, so that should be easier for us to connect with than maybe some of the other personality types. Yeah, with those two simple questions, I think you'll be on your way to understanding your child and understanding yourself as well. Where do you fit? If you have more than one child, I can guarantee that they're probably not identical. Even if they're twins, they still probably have different personalities, and they probably enjoy different ways of connecting. So the most important thing is finding out what style of communication or what style of connecting your child has, and reach them on their level, as opposed to just trying to do a one-size-fits-all for all of your children. As I promised, I do have a cheat sheet here. You're welcome to download it. Go to ChristopherBurtonMD.com/kids. That's ChristopherBurtonMD.com/kids. Download the cheat sheet, take it home, print it out, use it to connect with your kids, because really there's nothing more important to our home life really than the legacy we have with our children. Discover how to connect with them. And again, leave comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And if there's any other questions or things that come up, feel free to reach out. Thanks so much for joining me this evening.